Welcome into another edition of Outside the SEC with LT. I'm Lance Taylor, and every single week we take you around college football to some of the biggest national matchups away from the Southeastern Conference. It's hard to believe that we are already rolling into the final regular season week of the college football season. Once again, we come to you every week from beautiful Shays in historic downtown Homewood. For the absolute best in menswear, come see JL and this great staff. And if you want winners each and every day, check out lanceslock.com. We begin this holiday week with a 2:30 Friday matchup between Washington and Washington State. This Apple Cup winner will represent the Pac-12 North in the Pac-12 championship game next weekend. Washington bounced back from their first loss of the season with an easy 44-18 pounding of Arizona State. The Huskies are still one of the best offenses in college football, averaging almost 45 points per game. Sophomore quarterback Jake Browning has had a fantastic year, and one of the reasons has been great balance from this offense with running back Myles Gaskin taking some pressure off of Browning. It might be tough for the Huskies to run this week as they take on a Cougar defense that has only allowed 130 yards per game on the ground. Mike Leach's bunch had their 8-game win streak snapped last week, but I think behind the number 2 passing offense in the FBS, Luke Falk will have a huge game. I like the Cougars plus 4.5 and actually winning this game outright. Next, we head to Columbus, Ohio for the game between number 2 Ohio State and number 3 Michigan. Both of these teams looked extremely sluggish last weekend, but both survived to arrive here for matchups between two 10-1 teams. John O'Korn looked awful in his first start for Jim Harbaugh as he was only 7 of 16 for 59 yards in a 20-10 win over Indiana. If the Wolverines are going to pull off the upset, they're going to have to do it with that number 1 ranked defense that's only allowing 10 points per game. Ohio State survived a major scare at Michigan State last week, but they eked out a 17-16 win over Sparty. After back-to-back 62-point performances, Ohio State was shut down by Michigan State and limited to just 310 total yards. I still believe, though, Ohio State, they've got the 5th best scoring offense, popping for almost 44 points per game, and the number 3 scoring defense, limiting opponents to just 13 points per game. I think the latter spells major trouble for John O'Korn. Look for Curtis Samuel making big plays for the Buckeye offense. I like Ohio State to roll in this one. Take the Buckeyes minus the 6.5. And finally, we head back to Boulder for another big Pac-12 matchup between number 21 Utah and number 9 Colorado. This game would have been for the Pac-12 South, but Utah fell apart at home last week in a 30-28 loss to Oregon. After beating Washington State last week, Mike McIntyre's squad, all they need to do here is knock off the Utes, and they're going to head to their first ever Pac-12 championship game. Colorado's defense has been lights out as it leads the Pac-12 in scoring, giving up just 18.5 points per game. Utah has now lost 2 of 3, and I'll say make it 3 of 4. The Buffs get it done and win the Pac-12 South. Take Colorado minus the 10. And to recap, we like Washington State plus 4.5. Give us the Buckeyes minus 6.5. And finally, Colorado minus the 10. Good luck. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. And please continue to check us out right here for Outside the SEC with LT. And as always, for daily winners, go to lanceslock.com. And for the best in menswear, come right here to Shays in historic downtown Homewood.